Do you ever feel like you're being watched, deep divers? That every single action you do is being recorded somewhere? Oh, someone's watching me, Ralph? Yes, deep divers. Everything you do is actually being recorded in the Akashic records. You can run, but you can't hide forever. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Wonderful sunny day. We're just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Sending you tons of good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. Have you heard of the Akashic records? What are the Akashic records? And how do we have access to the Akashic records? Deep divers, that's what we're about to dive into. You better buckle your seatbelt, because Kansas is going bye-bye. Now, I got a question that came in. Ralph, please do a video on the Akashic records. Deep divers, the only reason why I know what I know is because I've managed to get inside of the Akashic records. And once you do as well, it will help you become your greatest version. Are you ready? Oh, baby. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? So wonderful deep divers, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. First and foremost, what are the Akashic records? Okay? Now, Akasha is actually a Sanskrit word for space, sky, ether. So, in ancient times, in the Indus Valley, the great sages started to realize that everything we do now echoes on into eternity. Slow motion this side. We have the seen realms. We have the four elements: earth, water, air, fire. But there is the fifth element, which they realized in the Indus Valley, which was actually ether, or the Akasha. Invisible. You can't even see it. Oh, but you can feel it. And this fifth element, this Akasha, the Akashic records are a hall of records which actually store everything you do. That's right, deep divers. Everything you do is being recorded. Do you think that nature waited for 4K cameras before it started to record? No. Nature has been recording everything before the dawn of time. Everything is stored, okay? So they also realized this in ancient Egypt. You had the mystery schools, okay? And they realized that we are energy, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. This physical body is nothing more than an avatar being controlled from unseen realms. Slow motion this side. So the Akashic records are a hall of records. Everything has been documented down. Now, I talk of the three kinds of Akashic records. We have the personal Akashic records, okay? And that is your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings are all being stored in your DNA. And that's why we are incarnating with certain gifts and abilities and talents and certain memories, okay? Because Everything you think, deep divers, is leaving an imprint in your DNA. And this is what the personal Akashic records is. So we also have the second kind of Akashic records, which is the collective Akashic records. All the thoughts of the billions of people on planet Earth are being stored on planet Earth, in planet Earth. There is information in everything you see, in trees, in rocks. They have the whole history of everything. So, what is the third kind of Akashic records? We have the universal Akashic records. And this is a brief history of time, right? A brief history. The whole history of the universe is being recorded inside of the universe, okay? So, if we realize, deep divers, how can we use this in a very practical way? How is this going to help me become my greatest version, Ralph? There's a reason why I know I came here to inspire millions of people, because deep divers, I had access to the Akashic records, to my personal Akashic records, okay? So, a great way to start accessing your Akashic records, your personal Akashic records, is to be open-minded. In other words, start using more of your imagination, which is the image in action. Slow motion this side. Okay? If you realize that you have a history from previous incarnations that you can actually tap into, that can actually help you to know where you need to go in this incarnation. I realized I was a priest in ancient Egypt. And that's why, what am I doing right now? Sharing with you the mysteries from the mystery school I was enrolled in. The great medium and psychic, okay, Edgar Cayce, went to Egypt and he was meditating and around the great pyramids of Giza, and he came out of the meditation and said, actually, the Sphinx is over 12,500 years old. Now, we're starting to see that to be true. Just check out the research of John Anthony West, okay? So we're starting to realize that what the bleep do we know? Everything we have been told is a lie, because this is the Matrix, or the Maya, as they said in the Indus Valley. It's all an illusion. And the more you go deep within your own Akashic records, by being more open-minded, you start to realize that you aren't even 1%, not even 1% of your true potential. You aren't even 1% of your true greatness. You see, I realized I was an infinite being. Ever wondered why, deep divers, you don't find all of these esoteric books around the high street? Because once again, they don't want you to have this kind of information. Because once you do, you empower yourself. When you realize the only way out is in, you free yourself. So you have tons of information within yourself. And to access it, the Akashic records, and they call it space, right? Akasha means space in the Sanskrit. Sky, wait a minute. Today we have the cloud. Slow motion this side. The internet is an example of a modern day Akashic records, okay? Okay, deep divers? Everything is stored there, pretty much, even the cat down the road's diary. So, you have to learn how to be open-minded. The great Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So the more you are open-minded, even Einstein was saying that imagination is more important than knowledge, more powerful than knowledge, because imagination, now you move out of the 3D and you can access other dimensions beyond this one. You can move out of the seen into the unseen and access the Akashic records. So, learn how to be open-minded. How do I do this in a very practical way? I realize how much I don't know. You see, enlightenment, deep divers, is when you realize how much you don't know. Slow motion this side. Okay, and all of a sudden, you become wise. So keep an open mind. 7-day vegan challenge. Shout out to everybody who's eating grapes. What if I told you this, deep divers, that you can actually access the Akashic records through food? Organic, healthy, plant-based foods, kale, arugula, mangoes, and coconuts. Anytime you are eating, you are downloading information, because food is nothing more than solar information. Slow motion this side. The Hall of Records. Sometimes, deep divers, I'm just eating some grapes and I'm like, okay, that's a video idea right there, right? So realize this, deep divers. There are pages we are reading in the foods that we are eating. What? Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. There are pages that we are reading in the foods that we are eating. Okay? Food is information. Start eating more foods that are of a higher vibrational frequency. And all of a sudden, you start to access hidden information that can help you become your greatest version. Did you know, deep divers, the junk DNA is over 75%? So what is the junk DNA? In actuality, your junk DNA is the Akashic records. It's the Hall of Records, okay? With a history of everything you have been doing in previous incarnations. Imagine what you could do if you had access to that kind of information. Well, that kind of information led me to my true purpose. And that's why every single day I just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Thank you, Akashic Records. How to access the Akashic records. Deep divers, it's all about questioning. You have been told something about the world, right? From childhood. The world is like this and this is his story. Wait a minute. His story, exactly. It's not yours because it's his story. To access the Akashic records, you have to start asking, what is my story? Start questioning your reality. Once you question your reality, you open up the gateway to the Akashic records. The 3 W's. Why are we here? Who are we? Where did we come from? You see, deep divers in this matrix, they got you programmed just blindly accepting their truth. But what they don't tell you is that the ruling elite, they study the esoteric information and they have access to the Akashic records. Where on earth do you think all of this technology is coming from, deep divers? Right? There are worlds beyond this one. There are infinite life forms in this universe. Aliens, anything you can think of, mermaids, anything you can think of exists in this universe. So once you start questioning your reality, who said you had to come here and just work your entire life? Okay, when I was accessing my Akashic records, I started to realize that being free, Ralph, what? Is your birthright, thank goodness, okay? You see, they tell you mankind. Wait a minute, we have man, we have human, and then we have mankind. That's a kind of a man. So, by me accessing the Akashic records, you start to realize that human beings have been tampered with. Advanced civilizations have existed way before this one. Apparently, this civilization is advanced. That's another story, right? Way before this one, they had aircrafts back in ancient Egypt. Just look at the temple walls. Okay? So there is nothing new under the sun. When you start to realize, deep divers, human beings are part of a genetic experiment by advanced beings. And that's why a lot of us, we're still scratching our head asking, where did we come from? Nobody knows. But you access the Akashic records through meditation, through going on the journey within, and then you also start to question. Something doesn't add up on this planet. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid for way too long, and that's why you're looking a bit shaky, baby. How to access the Akashic records, deep divers. A little exercise for you. What I love to do is to close my eyes, okay? Really breathe deep from the base of my spine. Let's do it together. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I just added that in there, right? Once your eyes are closed, close your eyes, deep divers. I want you to start practicing mindfulness meditation, which is the art of absorbing yourself in the present moment 100%. You see, thoughts block you accessing the Akashic records. Thoughts are the interference. And that's why on this planet, they're trying to distract you. Because so long as you are distracted, you can never actually find out who you really are. Most people die at 25 and don't get buried until 75. Why? Because they kill their dreams while they're still alive. A lot of people right now on the planet are in a state of amnesia. They've forgotten who they actually are. When you access the Akashic records, you start remembering who you are. In other words, you start putting yourself back together like Voltron. Stop it, Ralph. Slow motion this side. What are the Akashic records? How to access the Akashic records? Deep divers. Connect with people who remind you who you are. You see, the universe sends you a message through other people. Each one of us has a different piece of the jigsaw. Start speaking to other people who can stimulate your right brain hemisphere. And that's how to access the Akashic records. People say, Ralph, you know so much. I say, not as much as the cat down the road, deep divers. You see, I know so much because I realize how much I don't know. You could have a piece of information that could help me along my journey. The Hall of Records is everywhere, in everything. Therefore, each one of us is like the X-Men. We all have a special superpower. So the more you start to connect with like minds, you start to share energy information. It's all energy. And once you are sharing information, you start getting new downloads. You give me some downloads, and I give you some downloads. And both together, we access the Akashic records, okay? It's pretty awesome. Deep divers, how to access the Akashic records. So this exercise, as you are just closing your eyes and breathing deep from the base of your spine, become mindful and start becoming one with the universe. In other words, start moving into the power of now. The Akashic records are in the here and now. They're not in the past. They're not in the future. Everything is happening right now. The more you can access the present moment, the more you can access the Akashic records. Animals are also a great way to access the Akashic records. Like sometimes when I look at the cat down the road, deep divers, I'm like, this cat not only has 9 lives, it's so wise. And then I'm like, wait a minute, cats are actually aliens. Oh yeah, right. Your dog, okay? Animals are teachers. They also have the Hall of Records within themselves. Ever seen like a dog just chilling, so relaxed, and they're like, what are these crazy human beings doing? We can learn from animals. Deep divers, how to access the Akashic records. Get your butt into nature. Nature is home. Start planting your feet. There's a reason why they've taken away your souls. Literally. Okay? That's why your feet aren't coming into contact. Your souls aren't coming into contact with Mother Nature. What? Slow motion this side. So it's time to get your soul back and start planting your soul on Mother Nature. When you are in dis-ease, you have an excess of positive ions. Mother Nature is full of negative ions, thus we heal ourselves. Not only that, when you are in nature, you start to absorb all the frequencies of your environment. And that's how to access the Akashic records. Once again, everything is being recorded. Your thoughts, your feelings, your attitude. If you can realize, deep divers, ever been to a new place and you're like, oh, this makes me feel a certain way? That's because there was information in that place that was familiar to you. Many times, if someone has died and you go to that same place, you can almost feel that person, because energy can never be destroyed, only transferred. Deep divers, how to access the Akashic records. Start realizing today, deep divers, if you believe in it, it will exist for you. Stop having a narrow mind. Realize you are only being told half of the story, not even that, a quarter of the story about what this planet actually is. This is Star Wars, deep divers. It's spiritual warfare. You better get a spaceship, okay? So much is happening on this planet you know nothing about. And the more open-minded you are, the more you start meditating, you also have access to the Akashic records. Once you stop externalizing your power and start reclaiming your power, you will have access to the Akashic records and become your greatest version. And then just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Beautiful deep divers. Beautiful, beautiful deep divers. Did you enjoy that? We're just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. The Akasha. Deep divers, shout out to everybody who's been getting the amazing good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes. And the model search is also one. If you think you've got what it takes, add me on Instagram at Infinite Waters. Got a question? Add me on Instagram at Infinite Waters. Check out the new book, Deep Divers. For information like this, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. Have a beautiful day, deep divers, going into the Akashic records. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! The Akashic records is all around you. All you got to do is just tap into it. And your true power will be unleashed.